Back in December, we did our broadcast from the Autodesk University. It was our first time at the Autodesk University in Las Vegas. Learned a lot, saw some incredibly cool things, talked to some very talented Autodesk people and a lot of their customers as well about designing our life. Some of the coolest things that are making ideas into realities now. Well, our next guest is Senior Vice President and Chief Marketing Officer for Autodesk, Chris Bradshaw. Chris, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for having us, too. We've kind of come in and taken over today your beautiful Autodesk Gallery. There's so many cool things to see and talk about, but we appreciate the opportunity to actually come here and share with our audience what's happening.
Great. Well, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Good things going on. Of course, Autodesk, as we learn more and more, the more we talk to your people and your customers, seems to touch about every aspect of our life in one way or another. All kinds of design elements. We tend to think about architecture, certainly, buildings and all the things that it does and helping us be more green and et cetera, but down to everyday products that we use as well. Somewhere along the line, usually at the front end, there's some kind of Autodesk or AutoCAD or software that's actually playing an important role.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, you know, anything that's man-made has been designed by someone.
Yeah, that's true.
At some point.
It didn't just happen.
Exactly. And so some things have more design involvement than others, but every single thing on the planet that Mother Nature didn't make was designed and then ultimately built and manufactured by a human being.
That's true. And, of course, the design changes and the opportunity with incredible software like what you guys and your team does to be able to say, we can make this better, and well, here's how. Right?
Exactly right. And if you think about whether it's architecture or manufacturing or consumer products, the thing that's common to all design practices, if you will, is iteration. You know, the engineers and the architects say, well, what if it looks like this, or what if I have this constraint, or what have you. And what our software enables them to do is to iterate many times in a computer, and if there are ideas that they don't want are discarded and not a lot of cost, but and it's much faster than building prototypes or
saying wait
models.
For version 2 because version 1 isn't quite there yet. Well, you can eliminate that problem by making sure version 1 does what it's supposed to do from the get-go.
That's exactly right. That is exactly right.
And it's pretty awesome, the kinds of stuff that your customers are doing. I mean, I'm sure it blows you away, too, every day, the awards that folks are getting with design of products or buildings or areas, whatever the case might be.
Well, and you're absolutely right. I mean, you know, it is the creative genius of our customers that creates and their ideas. I mean, really what our software is about is enabling them to take those great ideas and make them better and better through iteration and modeling. But you're right, you know, at the end of the day, and you look around this gallery and you see these amazing inventions and these amazing products, and you go, these guys and gals are incredible.
That's true. And first of all, where people come up with ideas is one thing. I mean, there's certainly creative genius and a lot of that. But then to know that your computers and specific software can help make that a reality before you spend a fortune in actual manufacture.
And you're exactly right. And again, what we're striving to do is to help our customers by bringing that physical real-world environment that their invention or their design or their building is going to be in, and helping them see how is it going to interact and how is it going to perform, and how to make the design more appropriate, you know, sort of better in whatever context that designer's working in.
And of course, many of our listeners have heard about your flagship product from many years ago, AutoCAD.
Right.
And the rest is history because it has changed so dramatically. I wonder, do you use AutoCAD to improve AutoCAD?
Sure.
It seems like a cart before the horse thing, or, you know, chicken crossing the street.
That's right.
But what's neat about that is awesome history about a program, just that program alone, and how it's changed the industry.
And you're absolutely right. I mean, AutoCAD came into the market in 1982, so it's been a long time. It's absolutely the industry leader in design and drafting. But what's really exciting is how all of those early users have helped us really evolve. I mean, the product looks nothing like it did then, obviously. Yeah. And new technologies we're bringing now are really helping, again, the architects go beyond just the design and drafting and moving into this model environment that you were talking about, and modeling lots of real-world elements around the different design things.
And of course, you guys have over 9 million customers now. And let's talk for a minute about the student community that is really upcoming, especially now these days. It's a whole new generation of folks that didn't know about having to do it on paper. Paper, what is that?
Well, and 2D, what is that? Right?
Yeah.
The kids of today don't really understand a 2D, 3D environment. They are experiencing computers in a 3D environment almost from because games are such a part of their experience and their first experience, and those games are all 3D now. So you're right. There's a huge difference between our early, if you will, users, our young users, and we have people in elementary school that are using Autodesk design products now.
Cool.
It is. It's very, very cool.
What's your favorite exhibit here in the Autodesk Gallery? And I know they're all excellent because there's so much great stories to be telling with them. But you have to have a favorite here in the gallery.
Well, you know, what I really love is when the kids. I mean, we have students that come through the gallery, and we've tried to make this a place where you can physically touch and see the things that are designed using our software, and that's the creative genius. We're really celebrating our customers in here. And so, you know, the big dinosaur over there that's made of Legos is a very popular exhibit with the kids because they can go and put their more Legos and they can see inside the dinosaur. And so,
and as we learned of kids of all ages, because each of our team has added their Lego to the dinosaur design and mix, so we're all helping to build it as well.
Yeah, Lego's a great equalizer in terms of making you feel like a kid.
Very true. You have your own little Lego land right here in the gallery.
Exactly.
Love it. Well, Chris, what can we expect from Autodesk as we head further into tomorrow?
Yeah, you know, so I think we're going to continue to make that modeling environment more and more realistic. And one of the things, you know, today we do a very good job of visualization so you can see what it's going to look like. As we move forward, moving more and more into experiencing it, so simulating and analysis, in the future, we want to be able to put characters and people so that you can interact with your design in that model-based environment, and so that you'll have people walking through a building or people driving a car. Again, another element of experiencing that design or that idea before it's real and getting it just right.
And from the 3D modeling and printing that you have here and you're showing in the gallery, how 3D items are coming out as actual three-dimensional items, to all sorts of very neat, cool, award-winning designs. We appreciate you helping to kick off the broadcast this week and now make way for a lot of your customers, a lot of your staff that are going to come in and share some cool design things with us.
Well, thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. Chris Bradshaw is the Senior VP and Chief Marketing Officer with Autodesk. Autodesk.com for more. And, of course, when you swing by our site, you'll see the video of Chris's interview and some of the things he's talking about here in the gallery that Chris and his team are putting in during the interview. You don't want to miss anything. Lots of excitement on the next 3 hours of Today's Into Tomorrow. We're back with more from San Francisco, California, and the Autodesk Gallery. I'm Dave Graveline on the Advanced Media Network.